Hi, I'm an altar server, and I am Noah Hall, and then my age is 10, and then I like serve, and then what I do is like I like serving for Jesus is because I like to like do that in like every Sunday, and then I like doing that is because like I want to work for Jesus like all of the time, and then yeah.
The Cathedral of Christ the Light stands as the mother church of the Diocese of Oakland, serving as a spiritual heart of the local church and a visible sign of unity for the faithful throughout the region. As the home of Bishop Michael Barber, S.J., it is a central place where diocesan worship, prayer, and community life come together. Welcoming parishioners from across the Bay Area, the cathedral reflects the church as one body united in faith and mission. My name is Justin Cardona, here at the Cathedral of Christ the Light Studios. As the center of the Oakland Diocese, the cathedral brings together people from many communities, cultures, and backgrounds. It offers a place of belonging where families and individuals can celebrate the sacraments, grow in faith, and experience the universality of the Catholic Church as a living church gathered around Christ.
So ever since last year, I think it was probably February of last year, we came in, we walked in, saw Mark and asked for some Bibles, and he was kind enough.
I was there, by the way. I was there.
Anyway. We asked for some Bibles, and Mark was generous enough to go find some for us. And since then, we've just been kind of dipping our toes in the scriptures and, leading into that. We've been coming to church every Sunday, and then since February and since September of last year, we've fully committed to going to OCIA. And leading up to this has been great. I think every single week I've just been so excited, and I literally cannot wait. I've picked out my baptism dress. I've gotten closer to God, and I'm just really looking forward to it and to being one of the Lord's sheep, right? And strengthening my faith and being able to take the Eucharist. I crave so badly to be able to have the Eucharist and to have Jesus live inside me. I know I do have that faith and my heart is open to him, and all he has to say is the word, and his soul, my soul is his. But it would be amazing to be a part of it and to be that much closer to God. This journey for me has been more eye-opening, especially because I'm an adult now. I've lived through experiences, and I've been able to look back on my life and really see how God has touched my life in certain ways and how he's been protecting me through my life, even though I lost the faith.
Lent is actually, it's very different, I'll say that. Just given everything really that I've learned at OCIA. I was born and raised a Catholic. A little bit of shamed about this, but I was a lay Catholic. I didn't really understand. I knew that Jesus was there. I knew he was God, but I just didn't really understand it all, if I'm honest with you. And about a year ago, I was gifted at this cathedral, actually, my first Bible. And being a bit of a nerd, I really dug into it. And so I found a couple things. Jesus de facto is real. And with that, it just changed my perspective on how I should see things like Lent, right? And so now, instead of just sacrificing just anything, like, hey, social media or meat on Fridays, now I take it in with a really different perspective, right? Like I'm living with Jesus during the time that he himself was actually in the desert for 40 days. And I'm kind of going through that experience whenever I see, the small sacrifice I'm young, so I occasionally, might drink at a party or a festival or something like that. But I gave all of that up. I gave up, a lot of social media, and every time I try to like maybe reach for my phone automatically and pull it up to look at social media or relax, I see that sacrifice that Jesus did for me, and it just totally like gives me the strength to just like put it away. And so that's how Lent has actually changed. Really, again, thanks to the church, this church specifically, and the knowledge that I've gained at OCIA. I'm baptized already, but all the information that I got there, thanks to the wonderful staff and coordinators, the speakers, it's been an amazing, life-changing journey, actually.
Under the leadership of Very Reverend Father Erick Villa, rector of the Cathedral, his sense of welcome continues to flourish. Parishioners are encouraged not only to attend Mass, but also to volunteer, serve others, and grow as disciples of Jesus Christ through prayer, ministry, and active participation in parish life.
Our rector, Father Erick, I'd like to introduce you to
Good morning,
Bentely.
everyone. Welcome to the Cathedral of Christ the Light, the Mother Church here in the Diocese of Oakland. We call it the Mother because this is, as you would see later on, one of the biggest, if not the biggest, church. And this is a church that is meant for everyone, all Catholics and non-Catholics alike here in the diocese. So you are most welcome here. Thank you for making this possible to all our friends and teachers from your school. God bless you. Thank you, Debbie, for hosting them.
Well, this morning we had a beautiful tour. We had Bently Private School come to visit us with their teacher, Julia McCurdy. This tour came about, it's been in the making for about 3 months. The tour request came to the bishop's office through Veronica, and it landed in Father Erick's lap, and Father Erick put this tour into my lap. So this being a private school, we did our tour just a little bit differently, and we're really blessed that we had the cooperation of their teacher and the staff. Today that's an easy question to answer because the most important thing is to have our guests, have our pilgrims be welcome, warm, welcoming, because that's what our cathedral is meant to be. Everyone is welcome here. Good gather together at the Cathedral of Christ the Light. So we were excited to have the students. They were excited, and I worked together with Miss Julia and on the preparation, so they had some background. It was what an interesting, what a delight when I asked the entire, 40 students, 10 chaperones, I asked how many have never been to the cathedral before, and I'm going to say 99% raised their hands. So this is an opportunity to share our faith, to share our mother church. I love the community here. We all love the community and the family, and we continue to grow. So when we have visitors that are coming from other faiths or other spiritualities, we want them to be welcome and we want them to come back.
In addition to Sunday and daily masses, the cathedral offers opportunities for confession, Eucharistic adoration, the rosary, and seasonal liturgies. It also hosts ministries, service programs such as Feed the Hungry, prayer gatherings, organ recitals, and special celebrations throughout the liturgical year, fostering a vibrant center of worship, service, and formation. This mission becomes especially meaningful during Lent and Holy Week, when the faithful gather for reflection, reconciliation, and renewal. In these sacred seasons, worshipers are inspired to come home to Mother Church and enter more faithfully into the remembrance of Christ's passion, death, and resurrection. In every season, the Cathedral of Christ the Light shines as a symbol of welcome, faith, unity, and discipleship, inviting all to encounter the light of Christ and take part in the rich life of worship, service, and community throughout the year.
My heart is feeling challenged. It's been really hard this season with health issues, challenges with loved ones and relationships and so forth, especially trying to be coherent with my faith. But what has really helped me is to tap onto my hunger and to allow Christ to feed me through the Eucharist. And it's that relationship of my hunger and his feeding that has allowed me to journey through. That relationship translates into the ministry of the Respect Life and Social Justice by having the invitation of the Rice Bowl campaign. You're welcome to donate financially to this campaign and participate by promoting it in your parish and communities. It addresses the hunger, the physical hunger that is going on in our neighborhoods. In addition to that, we have the Holy Family Care Center, which opened up in San Francis of Assisi Catholic Church in Concord. And you're welcome from any place of the diocese to come on over and donate your time, your talent, and your treasure so that we can have vulnerable families receive diocesan resources and grow as a community all together. So thank you so much for using your hands and your feet in a way that Christ invites you to and journeying with us this Lent.
Lent, and as I think about Lent and I think about sacrifice, I also think about how we give our time, our talent, and our treasure. And in the special religious education or the spread ministry, we have a lot of people who are volunteering their time, being so grateful of that because part of ourselves is sacrificing that time not only for others, especially those with special needs, and helping them and walking along with them on their journey of faith, but also making sure that we are partnering to deepen our own faith as we take that journey together. And then as we think about sacrificing our treasure, how do we donate a little bit more to just, even if it's a 5 or a 10, that cup of coffee, to make sure that everybody deserves a place at the table. And we want to say that it's not without your time, talent, and treasure that help the spread ministry and so many other ministries in the Diocese of Oakland to make sure that we can get to that point. So thank you for everything that you do, and as we reflect upon that during this season of Lent.
Part of our Lenten challenge is to support vital diocesan programs that promote social justice and serve those most in need, including Catholic Relief Services, CRS, and SPREAD, the Special Religious Development Program. Through your Lenten almsgiving, you also help extend Christ's compassion to vulnerable communities, both locally and around the world. Your generosity supports faith formation for individuals with developmental disabilities and provides humanitarian aid to families facing poverty, hunger, and crisis. Your gift is a powerful act of solidarity, ensuring that your kindness reaches far beyond the walls of this cathedral and brings hope to many in their lives.